Hi, I'm Rob Parsons, and this is my wife, Kelly Parsons. And we minister on 3 college campuses in the Detroit area: Schoolcraft College in Livonia, Henry Ford Community College in Dearborn, and also down in Midtown of Detroit at Wayne State University. Let me tell you a little bit about the Wayne State Ministry in Midtown Detroit. It's a large university, has 30,000 students coming and going. Among those, some of the interesting things that I've noticed is just the high number of international students. In fact, I found out recently that Wayne State is in the top 1% of universities nationwide for international student enrollment. And we currently have almost 100 different nations represented on campus. So it's really a very multicultural place, as well as being so close to Dearborn. We have a number of Muslim students that are on campus. Literally thousands of the students are Muslim and come from the Dearborn or surrounding areas. There's a lot going on there. We have opportunity to do Bible studies. We have opportunity to do campus outreach, to meet new students. In this mix, there's also a whole lot of just everyday American students, I guess you'd say, people like you and me that just grew up here and that's all they've ever known. So reaching this diverse culture can be very difficult. And some of the areas that we've struggled would include just finding local churches where we can plug them in. Because it's in the inner city of Detroit, there's not a lot there to offer. So we do know of one particular local church that's about 6 blocks off campus, and honestly it's the only one that we would send students to, that would be like doctrine to ours and so forth. But it's a very small church, and it's not a Southern Baptist church. So we would really love to see someone come in and maybe work alongside of us that would like to see a church grow and become healthy in that region so that we could send students there. One of the most common questions we get from students once they get saved is, where can I go to church in the area? I live here on campus, or I live a mile off campus, or I'm in an apartment right over here. What's nearby? And there's really not much to tell them. So my wife and I, Kelly, we do work on the campus, but we're also on the other 2 campuses, so we can't be there all the time. And we live almost an hour from the campus. So having a local church in the area would just be such a blessing, not only to plug students into, but to also work with that church, so that church could partner with us on the campus. Maybe people that are involved and passionate in that church would live in the area and be close enough to come and minister to students there and pick up some of the areas where we really can't be there all the time. College students need relationships, and having people close by to have relationships with really is key today. So that would be one of the greatest areas you could partner with. Possibly even sending up interns, someone that would want to come up and work on this campus, maybe even get an apartment in the city and live nearby. Of course, funding is always an issue. Right now, my wife and I are at about 75% of our funding. So we're doing things on the side to try to fill in, which also takes away from time in ministry, to try to be able to even fund the work that we're doing. You might know the MSC, Mission Service Corps, under the North American Mission Board, is a group of self-funded or missionaries that raise their own support, and that's where we fall. We're part of the North American Mission Board, but we're not a part in the sense of being able to be employed or have a salary. So just having people partner with us in the work, in the support, in the fundraising efforts, reaching these students, but most of all discipling them and being there for them as they grow, we could just see great opportunities to work with you in these areas. So we appreciate your time and your consideration. Thank you.